Listen to this. 12 things you should teach your children about money immediately. 12 things. Number one, teach them what is an asset. An asset is something that makes you money. If you're not buying assets, then how are you making money? Ultimately selling your time forever. But your whole concept of making money is to obtain and to buy assets. It's anything that makes you money. Number two, liabilities. Liabilities is anything that make you lose money. Anything that's losing value is ultimately a liability. An asset is something that gains you money. A liability is something that takes away from you gaining money. So you're losing money, like a car, a depreciating liability. Number three, a stock. A stock is a slice of ownership in a business. So basically, when you're buying stocks, you're buying slices of ownership in a business. So again, you want as many slices of that pie as possible. So start buying stocks so you can get slices of ownership in great businesses. Number four, index. Index is a list of stocks. So when you look at the stock market, you want to look at the index, a list of different stocks, ultimately putting your money in different facets. So therefore, you're able to elevate your money. You want pharmaceuticals, you want banking, you want different things. You also want to buy into the electrical market right now. As far as AI, those are different indexes. Number four, the term ETF. ETF is a bunch of stocks combined into one stock. So therefore, when let's say hypothetically I buy an ETF, this ETF might be heavy on AI. So basically it'll take the top AI producing companies, put it under one umbrella, and it allows you to buy into an ETF, which is one stock combined, a bunch of stocks into one ETF. Number six, bonds. Bonds are loans to businesses. So when you see a bond, that means it's a loan to a business. So you want to be able to borrow bonds or buy bonds, ultimately loaning money to businesses that make you more money. Bonds are loans to businesses and to government. You want bonds. Number seven, portfolio. A portfolio is all the investments that you have. So when you look at someone's business portfolio, that means it's an umbrella of all their total investments. Everyone needs to understand that you have to acquire a portfolio. A portfolio is definitely your housing, your businesses, right? Everything that you have under one umbrella, you want a portfolio. Number seven, one of my favorite is dividends. Dividends is profit shared with the companies that you invested in. So therefore, let's say if I own shares of Pepsi, Pepsi pays you quarterly dividends. Quarterly dividends is every 3 months you get a dividend paid for ownership in shares, which is called dividends. You want to acquire dividends in shares in companies. So therefore, you're getting money on your money for having ownership in companies. Dividends. Number eight, a Roth IRA is a tax-free investment account. So it allows you to put money, right, that you're not taxed on, that you can put into your IRA for the long term. So basically, it's like paying yourself future money that you're not taxed on because you're thinking about your later self. So therefore, you want an IRA. So therefore, you can give yourself money in your future self when your older self can't labor and work as hard as your younger self can. So you want an IRA. That is basically like paying your future self money for the money you're making today. Number nine is volatility. In the market, you will see volatility. That means how fast up and down the market moves. So therefore, you have to understand that being in the market, you have to know that it's a long game. If you look at it from a 1 month out, you're going to look like you lost money. But if you look at it from a longer lens, 5-7 years, you'll see that you actually made more money. So volatility is how fast up and down the market goes. Don't worry about the volatility. Just buy great companies and stay in it for the long term. Volatility. 10 is something called risk. If there's no risk, there's no reward. Risk is basically, can you lose money? But again, you have to risk money in order to make money. But therefore, sometimes there are something called calculated risk. Calculated risk is when you do your homework, your research, and you sit back and make the money make sense. Therefore, making money that makes sense. Because again, think about it. Most people will say Apple is here for the long haul. So if you feel like Apple is here for the long term, why wouldn't you risk your money into investing in a company that you know will be here long term? Risk. Number 11, one of my favorite is diversity. You have to diversify your money. Diversification is something that's prominent in order to retain and sustain money. So for instance, let's say I put all my money in, let's say tech. If tech goes down, I'm losing my money. But you have to balance out your portfolio with investing because again, anything can go up, anything can go down, and there are highs and lows where the market moves around. So therefore, you have to understand diversity is how you sustain and maintain money. Diversify your resources. Diversification. Number 12 is fear. A lot of people don't invest money because they fear. And I'm gonna tell you something, fear will trick you out of a spot that you belong in. Fear will make you make poor choices, ultimately never getting anywhere because you're scared. If you don't take any chances, you won't get rich. Learn these statements right here, these words right here, and understand them prominently, where your children can learn moving forward. We need to learn what is the difference between an asset and a liability. You gotta get out your fear. There's phobias that's going around right now that's preventing you from being wealthy. You'll never build wealth unless you learn how to acquire wealth. Don't let this go over your head. Share this video ASAP to someone that needs to learn these terms.